Good morning. This is Kristen Tarrin. I am here in lower downtown Denver, Colorado with Jason Wood at Revenge of the Kilo Monster. We are here this morning with 14 lifters, mostly raw open category. We have some raw masters category in the 57 kilo weight class. And we should be starting lifting here in about 12 minutes. Very happy to have you on the live stream today. We are here in Denver, Colorado. Your meet directors are Rachel and Jason Wood. They are do 2 or 3 meets a year, along with Dan and Jen Goudreau, who are the chairs for Colorado, who do 3 or 4 meets themselves. We are really growing powerlifting here in Colorado. And what's really nice is we're getting a lot of young people who are starting, and we're also getting some masters who are starting to lift. And we have age groups from 14, well, younger than 14 really. You can start powerlifting at age 8 all the way up to 108 if you want. There are different age groups and different categories of lifters, which I'll explain to you through the day. But the biggest category is open. Anybody from age 14 to 114 can lift in an open category if they so choose. There are also teen categories. Okay. We've got about a little less than 7 minutes. I'm going to get some coffee here, and we'll be back at you in just a few.
You know, we need to just be honest with them, Kristen, and tell them what we're doing.
Oh, we're just checking our mics and making sure we're there.
Just checking everything out. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me? It's funny because I don't think I can hear you. Check, check.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Maybe it's just a little loud in this room.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might be. That's weird.
I hear you.
You hear me loud and clear. We did it. We finally figured out our live stream.
We're here. We got you.
Hopefully, at least we got the beginning part down. What a great day out it's going to be in Denver, Colorado. There's a Rockies game going on. It's going to be a doubleheader, I think.
Yep,
right?
doubleheader because they got colded out last night.
Colded out? Is that really a thing?
No.
Colded out?
I think we had a little bit of snow yesterday, and they needed to save the turf.
All right, I love it. All right, well, listen, I'll come back to you later, Kristen. Let's sign off and get everything set up, all right?
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. All right, but are you going to get this? Okay. No, I know, but I want to make sure. I mean, I don't, like, if these things down, you can't hear me, right? You fucking cocksucker. good morning. Welcome to Revenge of the Kilo Monster in Denver, Colorado. My name is Kristen Taryn. I will be walking you through this meet today. I am a USAPL lifter myself and a referee. I've been doing it for a couple years now, so hopefully I will be able to do the sport justice this morning. We have two very quick flights, so this should fly by pretty quickly. This morning we have female lifters in the category, the juniors category, or teen category, masters category. Most the raw opens are going to be in the 57 kilo weight class, 63 kilo weight class. We also have some masters in the 52 kilo weight class, 84 and 84 plus. If you don't know what I'm talking about, excuse me, USAPL is broken up into weight classes and age groups. We have the open category, which is age 14 to 114. Anybody can compete in open. However, in certain other age groups, they have some different categories. For example, teens can compete in a teen category, teen 1, 2, 3, and those are based on the age. There's also junior, which is up to 23 years old. There's also masters. Masters start at age 40. So you have masters 1 from 40 to 49, masters 2 from 50 to 59, and so on. And those, again, are even broken up into A and B in 5-year increments. Today, I believe our raw masters are going to be 1As. Excuse me, we might have a 1B. Our first lifter today is Nicole Cox, who is a master. Nicole, this is her first meet. So it looks like we're getting ready here. You can see Alex Gallant there on the right side of your screen. He is a national referee. He will be looks like he will be our head ref today, at least for the squats. On the sides, we have Frank, whose name, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher, Liskowski, and I don't know the name of the other ref. We have 3 refs in powerlifting. It's a majority rules, so if two refs say the lift is good, the lift is good. If 2 refs say the lift is not good, the lift is not good. In a local meet like this, the lift can't be overruled by a jury. In national meets, we do have juries where sometimes lifts can be overruled. So we're just waiting here to get the first lifter out, and we'll get this meet started. We have Bonica today, who is the live MC. You might hear her in the background. I'm not sure what we'll pick up here. And our spotters and referees are being called to the platform. Flight A is about ready to start. Flight A has 7 lifters. They will each do their squat 3 times. They'll go in order of lowest weight attempt to highest, and then Flight B will go. And Flight B only has 5 lifters, so they will add a minute so that Flight A has enough time to warm up for, well, that's not true. They'll add a minute so that they have enough rest time for their next attempt. And then there's a 10-minute break between the squat and the bench. In the powerlifting, we have 3 lifts. We have squat, bench, and deadlift. The first is squat, and then the second is bench, and then the third is deadlift. So we are going to be starting with the squats here any second. And it's a little cold in the facility today, if you can't tell by the spotter with her hat on. And if you're just joining us, this is Kilo Monster in a Revenge of the Kilo Monster. in Denver, Colorado, USA Powerlifting. My name is Kristen Taryn, and we're getting ready to rock and roll. We have Nicole Cox, who is going to be attempting her first squat at 80 kilos. Everything in USA Powerlifting is done by kilograms. Ms. Cox is in the 84 plus weight class, and she is a master's, I believe she's a master's lifter. Yeah, she's a master's 1. And this is her first meet, actually. So we're going to cheer her on and make sure she gets this lift. 80 kilos is 176 pounds, give or take. And if you see the platform there, the bar itself is 20 kilos. And then they add the weights accordingly. The lifter has 1 minute to start the attempt of the lift once the bar is called loaded. Bar is loaded for Nicole Cox, our first lifter of the day. So as you can see, Nicole's wearing some knee sleeves and a belt. That's allowed in raw lifting. You're not allowed any other type of supportive gear or anything that helps in the lift. She locks out the knees. She gets the command to squat. She goes down, up, gets the rack command. We'll see what the judges say. And the lights are not showing up. Of course, we got to work out the kinks here. I'm seeing some white. I see one white. I see one red. I don't know what the other is. No lift. It must have been her depth. Yeah, generally, that's where you get a red light is on depth. The hip joint has to go below the knee joint. Can't be parallel. Has to be below. So that's the most called infraction on the squat is depth. Our next lifter is Amanda Stevena. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. And Amanda is coached by Dan Jimenez. And this is her second competition. Bars loaded for Amanda. And she does not wear knee sleeves. Amanda is a it looked like a good lift. We'll see what the refs say. Good lift. 3 white lights. And all right, our next lifter is Amanda Fielder. Amanda Fielder has been powerlifting for 3 years. She started to feel more energized and to get into shape because she was getting bored with cardio. I'm having some issues with my lifting cast here to be able to tell you who's lifting. All right, Amanda Fielder is a raw open 57 weight class. And her first attempt is 87.5 kilos, so over body weight. She locks it out, gets the squat command. We'll see what the judges say. Might have been a smidge high, but let's see. I'm far away. Yeah, the center judge said she was high. But as it's a majority rule, so the two on the side said she was good, so the lift gets credit. All right, our next lifter is Melissa Liskowski. Melissa Liskowski. Well, maybe not. Maybe. Well, no. Yeah, it's Melissa, I believe, who's next. It just it hasn't changed on the screen. Or I may be wrong. I think it's okay. It's Amanda Fielder who's up. Amanda Fielder was who I was just talking about before. Amanda Fielder has been lifting for 3 years, trains with Natalie Hansen, and she trains at Mesa Fitness in Grand Junction, Colorado. And Amanda is hoping to PR all of her lifts today. She's starting with 105, which is just under her personal best. 232 pounds. And finishes the lift. The lift is good, looks like. Unfortunately, it looks like the lighting system might not be working great. It's hard to tell. I think she had a good lift. So our next lifter is Melissa Liskowski. Melissa wants to give a shout out to Fred, her husband. And her goal today is to set some records, so let's hope she does that. Melissa is a open lifter, and she qualifies for Masters this year. She turns 40 this year, and she's in the 42 kilo weight class. So she's lifting more than twice her body weight in her first attempt. Pretty cool. All right. And Melissa's attempting 107.5 kilos. That's 237 pounds. She locks it out and gets the squat command. She goes down. Looked pretty easy. Let's see what the judges say. I think that's a good lift. No lift. I'm not sure why. She may be, she's looking to hit some Colorado State records. If she can get that squat, it looks like she might hit a Colorado State record. Our next lifter up is Char Charsurio. And Char has lifted a couple of times before. I believe she's originally from California. She might be a guest lifter today. It looks like we had the rack heights wrong for her. So the rule on that is if the lifters did the rack heights wrong, we don't kick into her minute. They won't set the clock, or they'll reset the clock till that's fixed. But if she put her rack heights wrong in or gave wrong rack heights, then that will eat into her minute. Lifters have 1 minute to get the start command on their lift. And if they time out, then they get a no lift. That's a good lift for Char. Next lifter is Gloria Ugass. Gloria wants to give a shout out to her super fans, Patty and Matt Whitby. Gloria is attempting 120 kilos opening squat. Gloria is a master's lifter, she's an M1A, which means she's in the 40 to 44 years old, and she's squatting 265 pounds on an opener. That's why I love powerlifting. You do not have to be 22. You can be any age and do powerlifting. So bar is loaded for Gloria, and she's getting under the bar. This is really close to a PR for her, just under. She says her personal best is 270 pounds. So she walks it out. Looks like she locks it. locks her knees. You have to lock your knees before you get a start command. She gets plenty deep. Looks like she locks it out. That looked like a good lift to me. Let's see what the judge says. And the judges say good lift, I think. Apologize that we're having some problems, it looks like, with the lighting system. Hopefully we'll get that worked out. All right, now we're starting our second attempts. Like I said, this is a fast, we're going to have really fast flights here. A couple of people didn't show up this morning, so the flights are a little smaller than normal. You can have flights up to 14 people. And if flights are less than 6 people, you add a minute for each person down, meaning 5 lifters add a minute, 4 lifters add 2 minutes, and so on. So in this first flight A, we don't need to add any time, but it is a small flight. So Nicole Cox is going to try the 80 again. She missed it on her opener for depth. She's going to come out and she's going to get it this time. She's going to sink it. Nicole trains with Parker, I'm going to butcher this name, Jellicon in Mesa Fitness in Clifton. Parker just hit a Colorado record in Wyoming last week. All right, it looks like she really tried to sink that one. Let's see what the judges say. Looks like she got that one. Good job. All right, next lifter is Amanda. We have a few Amandas in the group. Amanda Stevena is up next, and she wants to give a shout out to her gym, Existence Athletics. She appreciates the community support and workouts over the past 3 years, and she wants to give a special thanks to her coach, Dan Jimenez, for the 5 a.m. training sessions and pep talks. She also wants to shout out to her parents for inspiring her to start weightlifting at a young age. Also, her husband, last but not least, who has no problem admitting his wife is stronger than he is. All right, Amanda walks it out, gets the squat command, and a little bit of a struggle getting that up, but she got it up. Let's see what the judges say. Judges say 3 white lights, so she got that lift. Not sure what her PR of the squat is. She says her best lift is the deadlift, so. All right, our next lifter is Shauna Allen. Shauna Allen is attempting 95 kilos, which I think will be a PR for her. Shauna's best squat to date is 192.5 pounds, which is approximately an 87.5 kilo squat. So she is attempting a PR on her second attempt, so good for her. Shauna wants to shout out to all of her gym friends. You know who you are. Her goal for the meet is to get a 600 total. Let's hope she does that. Shauna is a Masters 1B. Little bit of a grind. Oh, nope, she's not going to make that one. She shook her head off. Well, she has one more attempt to try that. She had a sort of a big jump, 7.5 kilo jump from her first to her second. That might have been a little too much for her, but she can hopefully come back and get that. Thankfully, we have spotters and loaders there to help out when the lifter can't make the lift. So I don't know if you all can see on the board under whether it's a white or a red, there's another color, and that'll show up with the reds. There are 3 different types of lift failures that will get colors: red, yellow, and blue. When a lifter just doesn't make the lift, like just happened with Shauna, they will get a yellow card. And then if a lifter doesn't make depth, they'll get a red card. If a lifter has up and down or doesn't lock out, they'll get a blue card. So here we have Melissa Liskowski. And Melissa's attempting 107.5 kilos, 237 pounds, which is under her personal best, so hopefully she'll get this pretty easily. Let's see. She gets the squat command. All right, looks like she got depth. Looks like she got that fairly easily. Let's see what the judges say. We have one red on the side, which was a yellow. Not sure what that was for. It could be for jumping the command. Could be for maybe moving her feet, walking. Once you get the squat command, you can't move your feet sideways or front and back. You can't take a step or anything like that. If you're not if you're not locked out, that would be a blue card. So I'm not sure what the yellow was for. He might have thought she jumped the command. Next lifter, but she still got the lift because it is a majority rules, 2-1. The next lifter is Amanda Fielder. Amanda is attempting 110 kilos, which is I think her personal best. Her personal best so far is 107.5. So this will be a personal best for her. She locks it out. She's a lower bar squatter, meaning she's got the bar lower on her back. She gets it up. Let's see if they give her depth on that. Nope. She was too high. She looked a little high from this angle, but she can come back and get it. The next lifter is Gloria Ugass. Gloria is attempting 127.5. And that's 281 pounds. And Gloria is a master's lifter. So it's a lot of weight. Let's hope she makes this. She gets the squat command. She gets plenty of depth, but she had a little hiccup there. We'll see if the judges noticed that. They gave it to her, so there must not have been any up and down movement on that bar. If there was up and down movement on the bar, then that would be a no lift, and it would get a blue card. So the judges did not see any up and down movement. She just got stuck in the hole a little bit, and then she was able to get it out. So that's a really, really good grind out of there. Our next lifter is Char Charsurio. And Char is from California. And it looks like Char's best squat is 125, and she's attempting 130. So she's checking the weights, making sure they're right. And I think that's a good practice for lifters. Make sure you're getting the right load. Char's getting set under that bar. She walks it out. Gets the squat command. Wow, that looked pretty easy. And gets, let's see what the judges say. Judges say, I'm seeing one white stick, two white sticks. So it looks like she got that. Good job, Char. That was a personal best for her. Okay, it looks like we're going back to the top of the order. Back to Nicole. Nicole Cox is attempting the 85 again. No, actually, sorry, she's going up to 85. Her personal best on the squat is 90, so she's not quite hitting her personal best today. You know, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how you're feeling, what you're doing. Maybe she wants to save herself for the deadlift or the bench. She did miss her first squat, so that could be too. She just doesn't want to go up too much. And she's doing a 5-kilo jump, so that's a little over 10 pounds. And I have to say, Nicole had one of my favorite comments of the day. When asked if she's successful in other sports, she said, if couch potatoes a sport, I'm great at that. Looks like she had a depth problem there, so she did not get that lift. She will get credit for her 80-kilo lift. Next up is Shauna Allen. Shauna, for her third lift, will be attempting 95 kilos. Shauna tried 95 on her last and didn't get it, so hopefully she's figured out what she did wrong and can get this one. She does have 87.5 on the board. So far, everybody's got a good lift, so no one's going to bomb out in the A flight, which is always good. We never want anybody to bomb out. This is for fun. Okay, she's getting set. She's walking it out. She's going to stay strong. She's going to get this lift. All right, she gets the squat command. Well, she got it up. Let's just see what the judges say if she made depth. I see a white. I see a white. She got it. Good job, Shauna. And you hit your PR there. Good job. Congratulations. Next up is Amanda Stevena. And I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. Something interesting about Amanda, she climbed the Great Wall of China during a sandstorm. I don't think that would be fun. All right, Amanda's attempted 95, 209 kilos. If she gets this, she will have perfect squat day. Let's see, let's cheer her on here. She walks it out. Amanda's a little higher bar. She's a little bit higher up on her back. All right, she gets down in the hole. Oh, she's fighting. She's fighting. She locks it out. That looked good to me. Let's see what the judges say. 2 white lights. I'm not sure what the front ref says, but it was a good lift. So congratulations, Amanda. You got 3 for 3 on the squats. All right, up next is the other Amanda, Amanda Fielder. Amanda Fielder trains with Natalie Hansen, who is I know a national record holder. She might even be a world record holder. I'm not sure. She says she just wants to not worry about the numbers and have fun. Amanda is attempting 110 kilos, which is not quite twice her body weight, just almost twice her body weight. And if she gets this, she will beat her personal best. She didn't get it before. Oh, she got this one. Let's see if she actually gets it from the refs. Yep, 2 white lights. Good job, Amanda. Congratulations. You hit your personal best. Next up is Melissa Liskowski. Melissa Liskowski wants to shout out to her husband, Fred. Melissa got her last lift of 107.5. She took a kind of a big jump up to 115. Every lifter likes to do things differently on what kind of jumps they take. Sometimes they'll do a really easy opener, and then you have a huge jump to the second and maybe not so big to the third, or just do an even jump every time. Every lifter is different. And Melissa's coming out. She's a master's lifter. I think she's just getting into the master's group. You can be a master in the year you turn that age. So if you're 39 and you turn 40 that year, you can be a master's 1 lifter. She locks it out. She gets the squat command. And she looks plenty deep. Oh, not going to get it. She'll get it next time. She's close. She's really, really close. But good job, Melissa. You definitely did a great job today. Got 107.5 on the board. All right, next up is Char. Char is Yeah, okay. Char's attempting 137.5. Char's body weight is just under 57 kilos, so she's attempting almost triple her body weight. Well, definitely double her body weight, I can't add. More than double her body weight. So Char's coming out, she's checking the weight, making sure it's right. And you can adjust your belt on that platform. That's the only piece of your costume, they call it a costume, I think, that you are allowed to adjust. She's getting set under that bar. Oop, buckled the knees there a little bit. Hopefully she gets that back. She gets the squat command. Gets down there, looks deep enough. Let's see. Oh, she's grinding it. Gets the rack command. Let's see what the judges say. Good. 3 white lights. Good job. Congratulations, Char. That was a great lift. And that was a personal, well, her first lift was matched a personal best. So Char made a personal best on her squat twice today. So she's doing great. Our last lifter is Gloria Ugass. In this flight, we've got Flight B coming up right after Gloria. Gloria is attempting 137.5. So she is obliterating her personal best on the squat today. She's doing great. All right, she gets the squat command. Oh, plenty deep, but oh, maybe too deep. Nope, she's not going to get it. She definitely was concentrating on making sure she got the depth there, and I think it might have gone a little too deep. One thing that's important to note with squats, when you're bringing the bar back, even if you miss the lift, you have to stay with the bar for everybody's safety. If lifters were to drop the bar off their back or dump the bar, that could be a means to be expelled from from a meet. So we always want to make sure that lifters stay with the bar for everybody's safety. One other thing you might be noticing here is when the bar is loaded, the writing on the plates on the very first bar goes inward towards the lifter. And then every plate after that, the writing goes outward. I think that's an advertising thing. Okay, Hannah Duncan is our next lifter, the first lifter in Flight B today. Hannah's a pretty experienced lifter for being a youngin'. Hannah is 14, and she's already competed in, 3 competitions. So Hannah is an experienced lifter already. And Hannah is attempting 72.5 today, which I believe, not quite her personal best, but pretty close. Her personal best is 80. Looks like she's going to get that lift. Oh, she did not get that lift. It looks like for depth, not deep enough. She'll get it next time because that looked super easy for her. Next up is Liliana Brenner. Liliana Brenner, I don't know anything about because she didn't fill a card in. So we'll just let you know that she is squatting 77.5 kilos. She is a women's raw teen, 63 weight class. So the reason that Hannah didn't get her last squat was because of depth. The depth is your hip joint has to be below the knee joint. Can't be parallel, it has to be below. You will see that some lifters wear knee sleeves. That is okay in a raw lift. It is not required, whereas you can see that Ms. Brenner is not wearing knee sleeves. She gets plenty deep. And let's see if she gets what the judges say, 3 white lights. Good job, Liliana. All right, our next lifter is Kaufman. Next lifter is Kaufman. And Drew is also a pretty experienced lifter for being a youngster. You can get my age from me saying youngster. Drew is 18. She's a teen lifter. And she's attempting 80, it is, but it's delayed. She's attempting 80 kilos. Drew's PR on a squat is 190 pounds, so she's not quite there on her opener, but that's okay. You don't need to do a PR on your opener. She gets 3 white lights, so good for you, Drew. Next up is Addie Gibson. Addie Gibson is attempting 105. Addie's a junior. Juniors are aged 20 to 23. This is her first meet. She wants to shout out to her mom, dad, brothers, and sister-in-law, and her coach, Amanda. All right, Addie walks it out. Gets the squat command. Oh, she had a little bobble there. We'll see if she had any up and down movement. I'm not sure what the, nope, 3 white lights. Good for you, Addie. All right, next up is Sarah Quinones. Sarah is a raw teen, 15 years old. Sarah is a competitive swimmer, but because of COVID, they had to do something to stay in shape. They couldn't swim, so they started doing powerlifting. She may be part of this team that comes up from Colorado Springs. Yeah, they're all swimmers and started doing the powerlifting, and they're all pretty good at it. She gets the squat command. Depth might be close, but let's see. Yeah, depth was close. She'll get it next time. All right, looks like we have to do a minute added to the clock because there's only 5 lifters in the flight. So they're going to add a minute, give them their rest time, and then we will start with Hannah Duncan after that minute. Hannah's also part of that Colorado Springs team, I believe. Hannah's second squat is going to be 72.5. Which is just under her personal best. She's trying the 72.5 again. She opened with 72.5, and it looks like she had depth problems on that. Yeah, it was all depth. So she just has to get it down a little bit lower. She'll get it. She'll be fine. And then after Hannah, we're going to have Liliana Brenner, Drew Kaufman, Sarah Quinones, and Addie Gibson. All right, Hannah's coming out for her 72.5 second attempt. She's getting set under that bar. She walking it back. She got her squat command. She may have a depth on that. We'll see what they say. Nope, depth again. She's got to get it down lower. All right, Liliana Brenner. Liliana made her first attempt at 77 and a half. So she's taken a 5 kilo jump up to 82 and a half. 181.9 pounds, so 182 pounds basically. Bars loaded for Liliana. Liliana walks it out. Oh, she's fighting it. She's fighting it. See what the refs say. Looks like she's getting 2 white lights. 3 white lights. Good for her. That was a grind, but she got it. Next up is Drew Kaufman. Drew's an experienced lifter. She's her squat best is 200 pounds, so she's going for just under that. She's been powerlifting a year. She too is a swimmer and got into the powerlifting because of COVID and couldn't do the swimming, so they started doing the strength training. Their coach Jason, who's done a lot with these kids, getting them in another sport and getting them strong. All right, she walks it out. And let's see what the coaches say. That was a bit of a grind, but she did grind it out. Nope, 2 yellows. I'm not sure what that's for. Could be jumping the command. It could be moving her feet around. Could be a number of things. All right, our next lifter is Sarah Quinones. Sarah is attempting 105 again. She did not make that on her first lift, but she'll get it. Sarah's also a competitive swimmer. I think she's part of the Colorado Springs group that comes up and does these meets. She'd like to give a shout out to her mom. Well, her mom's in person. Dad will be watching online. So shout out to Dad. Dad, you got a good kid here. Sarah's under the bar. She's going to get this one. It was depth, I think, last time, so she'll get it. She just needs there. She's got the lockout. She's getting the squat command. It looks, oh, good job, spotters. Yeah, that might be a little much for her today, but she'll get it. I forgot about that. All right. Yeah. Our next lifter is Addie Gibson. Addie Gibson wants to just get some experience and hopefully hit some personal bests today. Her personal best squat is 107 kilos. So she is, if she makes this lift, she will have surpassed her personal best. She's been lifting about 1.5 years now. Let's see, she walks this out. Locks it out. one way as a ref when you know they're ready is they lift their head up and they'll look at the chief ref and you know they're ready then. 3 white lights. That was a really good lift. So she has just surpassed her personal best. Good job, Addie. All right, we do the 1 minute rest time again. Something is interesting about Addie, who just lifted 107.5 kilos, was born with a misshaped skull, which has impacted her brainstem. The condition is called Chiari malformation, and every day is a battle, but powerlifting gave her the quality of life that she desires and motivates her to keep moving forward every day. So congratulations, Addie. That's amazing. Addie wants to give a shout out to her mom and dad and brothers and sister-in-law and her coach Amanda, and thanks them all for their support. All right, back to the top of the order after our 1 minute rest, and we're going back to Hannah. Hannah has to make this lift. If you don't make at least one lift of the 3, you won't get a total. So if Hannah were to go for records in the other 2 lifts, she won't get the records because she hasn't made a total. That doesn't mean she still can't compete. She can, of course. And so let's just hope she makes this lift, because I think Hannah actually might be trying to go for some records in the deadlift. So let's give her all of our internet thoughts here and hope that Hannah makes this lift. And I'm not sure, I'm not seeing the timer clock on here, so I'm not sure how much time she has left. Probably just a few seconds or so. All right, let's everybody get behind Hannah. So Hannah makes the 72.5. Bars loaded for Hannah. So Hannah's coming out. Hannah is going to get this lift. Come on, Hannah. Hannah gets set up on the bar. She gets underneath it. And she's walking it out here. She's going to lock it out. Hannah is going to get this lift. Come on, Hannah. Get deep. Get deep. You can do it. Get deep. All right, let's see what the judges say. Might be close. Yep, they gave it to her. They gave it to her. So Hannah's in the meet. Good job, Hannah. All right, Liliana Brenner is up next. Liliana is going 185 kilos. Liliana is 18 years old. She's a teen 3 lifter in the 63 kilo weight class. So she will be attempting just over her body weight in the squat. Liliana has made her first 2 lifts. Her last attempt was 82.5, so she just went up 2.5 kilos to the 85. Probably felt that second squat was at the top of her range, so hopefully this 85 will be a PR for her. We will see. Bars loaded for Liliana Brenner. And for those of you new to powerlifting, raw powerlifting is basically a singlet and a belt if you want it. You don't even have to have a belt. Oh, she's getting it. She's getting it. Locks it out. It's hard for me to hear the command, so I think she's okay. Yep, 3 white lights. Good job, Liliana. Good job. Okay, Drew Kaufman is up now. And Drew is trying the 87.5 again. She didn't make it last time, but she'll get it this time. She wants to shout out to her grandma and grandpa. And Drew's a swimmer as well. All right, Drew's trying 87.5. She walks it out. She locks her knees, gets the squat command. Nope, doesn't make that one, but she has the 80 on the board, so she'll have her 80. I have one in my hotel room. It's taking 10 minutes to go get it. All right, next up is Sarah Quinones. Sarah is going to be attempting 105 kilos. Sarah needs to get this to stay in the meet. She can still compete in the bench and deadlift. She just won't get a total. So let's all get behind Sarah and let's make sure she gets this. Sarah's part of the Colorado Springs swimming group. All right, she goes down. Nope, she's not going to get it. So unfortunately, Sarah's not going to get a total today, but she can still compete. She'll be okay. All right, we have a 10-minute. Oh, sorry. We have one more lifter, Addie Gibson. Addie's attempting 110. Addie's coach is Amanda Piro. And Amanda's also a USAPL lifter. She coaches, lifts. She's obviously done a really good job with Addie. Oh, not going to get that one. Good job, spotters and loaders. It's a good catch. So Addie's going to get credited with 107.5, which is still pretty amazing squat. So good job, Addie. All right, we are done with our squats for the morning session. We will have a 10-ish minute break. They start the clock of 10 minutes once they have reset the apparatus for the bench. Once it gets set for the bench, they will start the clock at 10 minutes. And I'm going to put you on a brief hold, and I will be back, whether you like it or not. Good afternoon, morning, still morning here in Colorado. My name is Kristen Taryn. I am your commentator today for the Revenge of the Kilo Monster here in Lodo, which stands for Lower Downtown Denver, Colorado. We are back for our bench press portion of the morning. Our first lifter is Nicole Cox. For those of you who don't know, with the bench, there are 3 commands. There's start, press, and rack. The lifter will come out and they can have a lift off if they want, or they can just take the bar off the rack on their own. And they have to lock out their elbows. They will get a start command. They bring the bar down to their chest. When the bar is stationary, they get a press command, and then they get a rack command. So she got the start, got the press, got the rack. That looks super easy. 3 white lights. Good job, Nicole. Next lifter is Melissa Liskowski. Melissa has 3-year-old twins, so she is a busy lady. And, oh, that's not a good angle. Melissa wants to give a shout out to her husband, Fred. Melissa is the owner of Half Fast Subs on the Hill, part-time CrossFit coach. And she works out at Armbrust Pro Gym and CrossFit Verve in Denver. Did I say she has a donut addiction? You can't out-snatch a donut. So his bar is getting loaded for Melissa. It's 52.5 kilos, 116 pounds. Bars loaded. Oh, looks like we just got another spotter and loader in there. And you will see Melissa's getting set up. A lot of lifters try to get an arc in their back to create less space. And she gets all 3 commands. Looks like she got that lift pretty easily. And 3 white lights for Melissa. Good job. Up next is Amanda Stevena. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I'm sure I'm not. Amanda's Women's Open. She's attempting 52.5 kilos. 52.5 kilos is near her personal best. And with the bench, your head and buttocks must stay on the bench the whole time, but you can get an arc in your back. And some people can get some really nice ones. All right, gets the start command, press command, and lift is good. Bars loaded for Gloria Ugass. Gloria had a great squat day, and now she's attempting 52.5 on her bench. Three white lights for Gloria. All right, next up is Shauna Allen. Shauna, Her best bench is 60 kilos, and she's starting out at 57 and a half. So hopefully she gets this one pretty easily, and she'll get a personal best today. Bars loaded for Shauna Allen, attempting 57 and a half kilos. You see she's got wrist straps on. Those are allowed in raw lifting. One thing some lifters sometimes forget to do is take the thumb loops off. Got to make sure they do that. And one yellow light, not sure what that's for. Could be your butt came up, could be your foot came up, moved up. The feet are allowed to move around as long as they stay flat. They can slide up or slide laterally, but they can't come up. So that could be what happened there. Or the buttocks off the bench is also an infraction. All right, we have Amanda Fielder attempting 62 and a half, which is just over 137 pounds. Not quite her personal best, but close. Hopefully she's going to try to make some records today. That looked pretty easy. Amanda's goal today is to PR all 3 of her lifts. And Amanda got 110 on the squat, which was a PR. And if she hits 67 and a half on the bench, she'll PR that today. So let's see what she decides to do on her second and third lifts. Up next is Char Charsurio. Char is from California. I hope I have the right lifter. She's fairly experienced here with 4 meets under her belt. And you see how Char's getting set up there with her feet up on the bench. She's really trying to get an arch. Creates less space for the bar to move. And that looked pretty easy for her. And the judges say looks like she got it, but I don't have the lights yet, so I don't know. I think that was a good lift. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Lights are, it's really cold in this facility. It could be that there's some issues with the connectivity, but we'll get the lights worked out. I think she got that lift. Yep, she did. She got that lift. That was a good lift for Char. Good opener of 65. Okay, we're back to the top of the order with Nicole Cox. And Nicole has a best bench of 47 and a half. So she is going past that. She went up 5 kilos from her first attempt. Looks like Nicole has a fairly narrow grip. Oh, bar just, nope, not going to get that one today. She has one more opportunity to try it. And you are allowed as a lifter, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there's 2 little knurlings that are 81 centimeters apart towards the, if you look at the blue uprights there, inside the blue uprights there's 2 little knurlings that are 81 centimeters apart. On a bench, you can go as wide as those knurlings. Your index finger must be touching those, and that's as wide as the lift can go. The science behind that is the wider your arms, the less distance the bar has to move. Also, the narrower your grip, the more of your triceps you're using. So Melissa has a pretty wide grip and looked like she got that fairly easily. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good job, Melissa. All right, next up is Amanda Staving. Stevena. I apologize. I'm never going to say that name right. Stevena. Amanda. Amanda is a hiring manager for Noom. So she definitely is part of the health business. And her goal today is to PR all of her lifts. I don't know if she PR'd her squat, but if she makes this lift, she's going to match. Well, yeah, about match her PR if she makes this lift. So she went up 5 kilos as well. She went from 52.5 to 57.5. She made that 52.5 pretty easily, so hopefully this will be easy for her. And she looks like that was a pretty easy lift for her. And the judges, oh, I got a red light. I don't know what that was for. 1 red, but 2 white. So she got that. Majority rules, 2 to 1. In powerlifting, we have 3 referees, 1 in the front and 2 on the sides. It's a majority rule. So if 2 white lights, that's a good lift. And up next, we have Gloria. Gloria has super fans, Patty and Matt Whitby, that she wants to shout out to. She's grinding. Yep, she's not going to get it. That's too bad. So she has another shot to try to get the 57.5, but she did get 52.5 earlier. All right, our next up is Shauna Allen. Shauna Allen is attempting 62.5. Shauna made 57.5 on her first attempt. She went up 5 kilos. You can go up, a lifter can go up 2.5 kilos to anything after that. You just have to do a minimum of 2.5 kilos, which is about 5 pounds. And that looked pretty easy. Let's see if she gets that. 3 white lights. Good job. So Shauna went up 5 kilos, so a little over 10 pounds, and made that. If a lifter misses a lift, they cannot go down. So you have to try, or the lifter has to try that same number again or go up. They have the choice. But unfortunately for the lifter, they can't go down. So a lifter really needs to be confident in their opener. A rule of thumb for a lot of lifters is to be able to do their opener for 3 reps with the flu. So even on your worst day, if you can do 3 reps on your opener, that's a rule of thumb for some. Not others, just everybody's different. Bars loaded for Amanda Fielder. Amanda's attempting 67.5, 148 pounds. This will be a PR for Amanda if she gets this. Amanda's PR thus far is 143 pounds on the bench, which is about 65 kilos. Little bit of a grind, but it looks like she got that. Yep, 3 white lights. Good job, Amanda. Amanda has been powerlifting for about 3 years. And she wants to shout out to her husband, kids, and sister who might be watching online. And I think her mom and dad are here from Arizona, so welcome. Okay, our next lifter is Char Charsurio. Char is attempting 72.5. which I believe is going to be a personal best for her. I think 70 is her personal best. And that is over her body weight. So one strong lady, 3 white lights. Good job, Char. Okay, we're going to go back to the top of the order with third attempt benches. So nobody is going to not get the bench. Everybody at least has one bench that they've successfully completed. So far, Flight A will have everybody in the competition. If you didn't hear before, the lifters have to make at least one of their lifts to get a total. So if a lifter is trying to get a state or national record, they have to make sure they get a total. Otherwise, their record in the one individual lift won't count. All right. Bench number 3, Nicole Cox is trying 50 kilos. She missed it on the second. Nope, her bar's going down. Yep. So she'll get that next time. She's a little bit of a narrower grip, so that requires a lot more tricep. So maybe she can work on that, but she'll get it. And she got 45 on her first attempt. So we've got Gloria Ugass again, and Gloria tried 57.5 on her second and did not get it. She's going to try it here again. Hopefully she'll get it this time. She'll fix maybe what was a little bit off and get that. Gloria has been a marathon runner in the past. That's some dedication. And Gloria works with, I'm going to say this wrong, Charis or Charisse Cook out of Lux Strength in Denver. And Gloria likes Lizzo. All right, Gloria, come on, let's get this. 126 pounds. Oh, come on, come on, come on, grind it out. Oh, she was trying. She was trying really hard. Something to come back and work for the next time. She'll get it on her next meet. Next up is Melissa Liskowski. And Melissa works out at Armbrust Pro Gym and CrossFit Verve in Denver. And I think her husband Fred is her coach. Her best bench is 55, so she will be getting her second personal best here because she had 57.5 on her second. So she will be just padding her personal best here if she gets this lift, 60 kilos. And she's grinding, she's grinding, she's grinding. She's trying so hard. I'd give it to her just because she was trying so hard. Her butt might have come up, but she gave that a really good effort. Yeah, I think her butt came up, and the front, the head judge called her some up and down movement on the bar. But boy, she really grinded that one out. That was a max effort for her. Good job, Melissa. Next lifter, Amanda Stevena. Amanda has a PR to hit all of her lifts today, and so far she has. So, or she has a goal to hit all of her lifts today. I think I said that incorrectly. Amanda's trying 60 kilos for her third bench, and that is going to be a PR for her, I think. So, yep, she says 130 is her, well, she's hoping to hit 130. So she may just do that. 60 kilos is 133 pounds, 132 pounds. Oh, she's grinding, she's grinding. She looks like she got that to me. Let's see what the judges say. It was good effort, good job, 3 white lights. Good job, Amanda. Shauna Allen is up next. Shauna's best bench is 132.5. So she's going for 65 right now. And Shauna made 62.5 on her second. So Shauna made a PR on her second attempt. This will be more PR for her if she gets this lift at 65. 65 is 143.3 pounds. Shauna likes to jet ski, golf, and bowl. She sounds like my kind of lady. She's a pretty good bowler. All right, come on, lock it out. Nope, she's not going to get it this time. But she did get her PR on her 62.5 on her second. So good. It's so far been a pretty good meet for Shauna. Up next is Amanda Fielder. Amanda Fielder is attempting 70 kilos. Amanda made 67.5 on her second, and her 65 is her personal best. So she's already matched her personal best and surpassing it. The 70 would just be icing on the cake. And Amanda wants to give a shout out to her husband, her kids, and her sister. And she's getting set up here. Gets her lift off. And she's trying. Oh, this might be too much for her today. Nope, she's not going to get it. But she did get her PR over 67.5, so good job, Amanda. Okay, looks like our last lifter of Flight A is Char. Char's trying 77.5 kilos, which is well over her personal best. Her personal best, at least on the lifting cast, is 70 kilos, and she beat that on her second bench of 72.5, which she made. She had a pretty decent jump from her first to her second. She went from 65 to 72.5. So there's a good example of doing an opener that you just know you're going to get in your sleep, and then kicking it up a notch to the second and third lifts. And then from her second to her third, she increased 5 kilos. All right. Char gets the start command. Oh, she's trying. I'm not seeing any downward movement, but she's trying. Okay, let's see what the judges say. I'd give it to her. Yeah, 3 white lights. Good job. Good job on it. That's the end of Flight A. Now we're going to move on to Flight B. Flight B is a pretty short flight. Only 5 lifters. Actually, there's 6 lifters this time because we have a bench only. And that way we do not need to add a minute. We should just be able to go through the whole flight. Our first lifter will be Liliana Brenner. Liliana is attempting 42.5 kilos. That looks pretty easy. Bench has 3 commands: start, press, and rack. The lifter has to wait for a command before he or she does the lift. Otherwise, it'll be a no lift if they jump a command, which she did not. She was great. Up next is Drew Kaufman. Drew is part of the Colorado Springs crew, who are swimmers that started powerlifting when they couldn't do the pool due to COVID. Drew's a pretty experienced lifter now. She's done quite a few meets. She's doing really well. Drew is attempting 55 on her opener. And she looked pretty good on her first there. We'll see what the judges say. Yeah, it looks like we're having more connectivity problems with the lights. Let's see. Drew has a personal best of 135 pounds on the bench. She hopes to get to 140 today. Looks like Drew got that lift, the 55 kilo lift. So if she wants to get to 140, she's going to have to get to 65 today. I think she can do it. All right, up next is Addie Gibson. Addie's getting set. Addie wants to give a shout out to her mom, dad, brothers, and sister-in-law, and her coach Amanda. Addie has a good arch there. And she got 3 white lights. Good job. Up is Sarah Quinones. Sarah's attempting 62 and a half. She's a teen lifter. Sarah is a freshman at James Irwin Charter High School in Colorado Springs. She's also a swimmer. And her bench is her best bench is 57 and a half. So she's starting out better than her personal best. So hopefully she gets this. Well, it was a little uneven, but I don't see any downward movement. Well, yeah, the one judge had a yellow light. I'm not sure why, but she got the lift, though. That's all that matters. She got her 62 and a half. Okay, here's our bench only. Lyanna Giannamore is a bench only lifter. She's next. Lyanna is a women's open, and she's opening with 65 kilos. Yeah, that looked pretty easy. Yep, 3 white lights. That's the way an opener should look. Okay, Hannah Duncan is up next. She's also attempting 65 kilos. Hannah's a teen lifter. She's lifting a lot of weight for her age, 14 to 15. Her best bench is 65, so she'll be matching her PR. She hit this back in December. And she's getting her arch set up there. Yeah, that was super easy for her. Yeah, she's got a lot more in there. So she hit her personal best and has a lot more in her. All right, our next lifter is Liliana Brenner. Liliana, and someone's messing around with my cameras. It was Jason. Jason was messing around with my cameras.
Make sure that you switch the cameras definitely when
I did. That was too high.
Okay. Should be fine now.
All right, so.
So when they start grinding it out.
Yeah. All right, so our next lifter is Liliana Brenner. Liliana is back at the top of the flight. Do I need to go sit for that?
That's 2 reps.
You need 3 American reps.
Okay, do you want to go up there?
Yeah. Drew, I guess.
All right, hey everybody, this is Jason. We are going to be switching up our commentators. Fight it, fight it, fight it, wait. Beautiful. Hopefully the referees gave it to her. 3 whites, gorgeous, all right. I guess we have an American record attempt coming up. We are trying to have our national referees. We're going to see if we can get an American record from Drew. Let's see, Drew. This will be an American record attempt for Drew. Is it going to happen? Gets a lift off. Wait for the commands. Little lopsided, little lopsided. What the referees say? Wait for it. Lift is the suspense. Lift is good. Lift is good. American record attempt from Drew. Successful American record attempt from Drew. Great job, Drew. All right. Let's get popping here. All right, that was awesome. Heck yeah. Good job, Drew. All right, so we're going to wait for our other referee. I got to go make an adjustment. Just hang out. Check this out. Bar is loaded for Sarah. Kudos to all the spotters out there helping us. It was a little hectic in the morning, but here we are. All right, let's go, Sarah. Oh, just the way it should look. 3 whites, guaranteed. 2-to-1, majority rules. Still got the lift. Great job. All right, I got to go run and do something real quick, guys. I'm going to leave the camera on here. Enjoy the view. Our regular announcer will be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, I am back. I had to go sit in the chair for a national record attempt, which was ugly, but I gave it to her because there was no downward motion on the bar. She definitely lifts not evenly, but that's not a rule. You don't have to lift evenly. You only have to not have downward movement of the bar. I didn't see any downward movement. Now the other referee gave her a yellow light, so I don't know what he saw. It wasn't a textbook lift, but she got it. All right, we have Sarah Quinones here going 65. Okay, see, there's no downward movement now. It's definitely uneven. There might have been a little downward movement there. Let's see what the refs say. Let's see what the refs. Yeah, we have one red light. I don't know what that was for. I suspect downward movement. Okay, our next lifter is Lyanna Giannamore. Again, our bench only. And Liliana is trying to hit 70 on her second attempt. All right. Lyanna Giannamore is attempting 70 kilos, which is 154.32. And she's doing bench only, which is allowed. She can do that as long as the lift allows, or the meat allows for it. She's grinding, but she's going to get it. Yep. She just had to get through that one little hot spot there, and she got it. Good job. And our next is Hannah Duncan. And Hannah is going to increase her personal best. Wow, she had a 7.5 kilo jump. So she went from 65 to 72.5, which sometimes can be a big jump on a bench. Let's see. It could be that she just wanted to make sure she got that first lift in, which she did. And we'll see how she does on the 72.5. And in the bench press, your start position can't change. Basically, you have to stay in the same position. Your body on the bench has to be in the same position that it was when you started. Oh, she's trying. Nope, downward movement on the bar, so she didn't get that. But it was a pretty big jump. Maybe, you know, live and learn. We learn these things, and we learn something new at every competition we do. Maybe a 7.5 kilo jump isn't the best choice, but maybe they had the plan there, and she can always come back and get that on the third. Okay, we're back to the top of the order. Char Charsurio is going to try. Nope, sorry, we already had Char. Or Liliana Brenner, and she's going to try 50. You don't like the red tape?
You have to use what's called gaffer's tape, because duct tape makes glue.
Oh, well, sorry.
There was so much going on here.
Okay, so here we have Liliana Brenner. And she's grinding. Nope, there's downward movement. She didn't quite get that one, but she'll get it next time. Sorry, I thought it was good because it would make it stick.
Do what?
I thought it was good because it would make it stick.
All right, folks, unbelievable. That's right, we have another American record attempt. Let's see if Drew's going to get it again. You know, with a lot of these lifters, every time they touch the bar, especially some of these juniors or youth, they're going to be hitting American records every time. So let's see what happens. Nice setup. Let's go, Drew. Gets the lift off. Start command. No. You know what happened was that bar has to remain motionless before they get the press command. So I think that's what happened right there. Hey, what can you do? You know, trying it. All right, next we have Addie. Let's see how Addie does. All right, well, I'm getting kicked off. We got Kristen back here. What's up, Kristen? Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, DC Blocks. The one with the most power wins, dcblocks.com.
And I'm back. Thank you. Doing a little bit of double duty today. And we have a couple lifters left in our third attempts for bench. And then we will be getting a 10-minute break and heading on to deadlifts and finishing off the morning. I say if you don't red light on your third, you're not trying hard enough. And I've lost my glasses. I can't see anything. All right. And our lifter is, didn't get that third. She'll get it next time. And I have lost my glasses, so I can't see who is actually up next. I will have to go, oh, they're on my head. Sucks getting old. All right, up next is Lyanna Giannamore. Lyanna is trying 72.5 kilos. She made 70 on her second, so this is for her third. And she gets the bar down to the, no, a little bit of downward movement. She's trying, but I think she might be stuck. Good effort. Good effort for her. Unfortunately, wasn't going to get that one today, but she can come back and get it in her next meet. She's a good lifter. Okay, our last bench of the morning is going to be Hannah Duncan for 72.5. And Hannah is attempting 72.5 as well, just under 160 pounds. And Hannah walks it out. Nope, didn't get that one, but it's good effort. She'll get it next time. She's a good lifter. Okay, that is it for our bench. Our thirds were a little tragic here in the Flight B, but like I said, if you don't red light, you're not trying hard enough is my motto. So Flight B was trying really hard today. We will have they're going to take all the get set up off of the platform and just leave the bar for the deadlift. And once the apparatus is off the platform, they will start a clock for 10 minutes, and they will have a 10-minute rest. So I will be back. This is Kristen Taryn. So I was chastised in the chat for saying if you don't red light on your third, you're not trying hard enough. And that the standard is to go 9 for 9. And I agree. Of course you want to go 9 for 9. But I also stand by my comment that we want to get our max effort on our third. If we don't get it, we don't get it. At least we're trying. So, thank you, Zen, for calling me out on that. We are about a minute, I think, away from the start of our deadlifts. Deadlift has one command, and that command is down. So the lifter will come out when the bar is called loaded or ready to go. The lifter has 1 minute to start the lift. The lifter obviously just lifts the weight up and lock out their knees and stand erect. And then the head ref will call down. That is the only command in the deadlift. Looks like bars being call loaded. Our live MC today is Bonica, who's well known in powerlifting circles. Bonica is a world champion powerlifter. Our first lifter is Nicole Cox. Nicole is attempting 82.5 kilos, which she got super easy. And she gets 3 white lights. Good job, Nicole. Our next deadlift will be Shauna Allen. Shauna Allen is a bowler. Shauna wants to give a shout out to all of her family and gym friends that you know who you are. Shauna's best deadlift is 107.5 kilos, so she's starting just under that. And as I mentioned before, you typically want your first attempt to be something you can do fairly easily. Standard rule of thumb is 3 reps when you're not feeling well. She looked like she got that up fairly easily. 3 white lights. Good job. Okay, our next lifter is Amanda Fielder. Amanda works with Natalie Hansen, and Amanda trains out of Mesa Fitness in Grand Junction. She's an office manager for a local low voltage company. She's been powerlifting for 3 years. Her deadlift goal, she just wants to PR all of her lifts. Her current best deadlift is 125 kilos, so she's starting just under that. That looks pretty good for Amanda. Next lifter is, let's see here, the other Amanda, Stevena. I apologize again. I am sure I am not saying that correctly. And it doesn't look like they have the lights working for Amanda Field, who I think just went. Let's see what the problem here is. That's Alex Gallant there, who you see, who's one of our national refs in the Colorado Powerlifting Hall of Fame, I believe. Okay, now we're on the right lifter, Amanda Stavina. And her best deadlift is 265, so she's just under that right now. Her coach is Dan Jimenez at Axistence Athletics. Look pretty good. You have to stay in control of the bar all the way down back to the floor. You can't drop it. That sometimes is something you will see on especially really heavy lifts, so maybe on the second and thirds where they don't stay in control of the bar all the way down. Doesn't mean you can't set it down heavy. You just can't drop it. You have to be in control the whole time. Next lifter is Melissa Liskowski. And Melissa is trained by her husband, Fred. She works at an Armbrust Pro Gym and CrossFit Verve in Denver. Her best deadlift is 115, so she's way surpassing that here. Let's see how she does. Uh-oh. She's got a little bit of a setup issue. Hopefully she'll get that back on her second. Next up is Gloria Ugass. Is that too low? Is that too low? Gloria is attempting 125 kilos. Her current best deadlift is 281 pounds, so she's just under that. Gloria has what's called a sumo stance deadlift. Looks like she locks it out. She kind of went over to her left side a little bit, but I didn't see any downward movement of the bar. She looked good. That could also be Jason moving the camera around. Next up is Nicole Cox. Okay. No, it's not. It should be Char. No, I guess it's Nicole Cox. Sorry, the lights on the computer are not the same as what I'm seeing in lifting cast sometimes, so I apologize if I'm a little behind. Looks like we've got Nicole Cox up at 87 and a half, so she went up 5 kilos from her first attempt. This is Nicole's first meet, so her goal is just to do her best, and it looks to me like she has done pretty darn well. She has made at least one lift for each discipline, if you will, or each type of lift. And for a first meet, I think she's doing great. She's been deadlifting. She's been powerlifting for about a year. Her friend Tori got her into it, and she loves how supportive everybody is. She's a realtor. She works in HR. Her coach is Parker Jelishon at Mesa Fitness in Clifton. I'm sorry, Parker. I'm sure I have butchered your name. That went up fairly easily for Char. She looked okay. That was Nicole. I think I had the lifter wrong. That was Char. Now I'm on Nicole. Okay, I apologize for that. Char was the last lifter. She got 145. Looked like it went up fairly easily. Char's from California. Her best deadlift is 150. So she'll probably beat that today if she stays on track. Now we're back to Nicole, who I just gave the bio of, and she wasn't even the one lifting. Okay, here's Nicole. Nicole's been lifting for a year. She also has a sumo stance. And her best sport, good lift. Should be anyway. I guess the lights aren't working here. Let's see. Yeah, lift is good. But Nicole gave me one of the best lifter profiles today. One of the questions was, had you been successful in other sports before picking up powerlifting? If so, which ones? Nicole's answer was, is couch potato a sport? Because I excel at that. I thought that was a fabulous answer. Okay, up is Shauna Allen. Shauna is attempting 110 kilos. And she has a conventional stance where you stand a little bit closer together. Typically, your grip will be outside your hip distance or right around your hip distance so that they're outside your knees. Whereas the sumo stance obviously is wider stance with your grip inside your feet. Amanda Stavina is up. And Amanda wants to shout out to her gym, Existence Athletics. Her coach, Dan Jimenez. All right, Amanda did not get that 120, but she's going to try it again on her third. Might just be getting set up or, something. Sometimes you can come back and get those. Up next is Melissa Liskowski. Melissa has 3-year-old twins. And let's see if she gets that lift. Well, I'm not seeing the lights, but I think the lift was good. One thing you may be noticing as well is all these lifters are wearing knee socks. That is required on the platform to wear knee socks up to the knees, but not over. Generally, it helps with the bar path anyway, but also for hygiene if you cut yourself. That looked really good, Amanda. Amanda Fielder just lifted 122.5 for her second. And that was not quite a PR for her, so hopefully she'll hit her PR on her third. And we have Gloria Ugass up next. And Gloria's best deadlift is 281 pounds. So this will be a PR for her if she gets this. 130 kilos will be your PR. So come on, Gloria, let's get a PR here. Here she comes out. All right. Gloria's getting in a sumo stance as well. And looks like she lifted that up fairly easily. What do the judges say? I guess the judges say good lift. It's hard for me to see. The lights for some reason aren't working. Okay, Char Charsurio is up. Char is going to attempt 152.5, which is 336 pounds. Char's, that's a little low too. Yeah. Char's coming out, and she's getting set up. And Char is a conventional stance deadlifter. Her personal best is 150, so this will beat that if she gets it. Oh, she's trying. Lock it out. Looks good to me. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift. That was a good lift. She's got some good technique there. And we're going back to the top of the order, back to Nicole Cox for 95. Now on third attempts. Deadlift 190 is her best, so she should, if she gets this will break her PR. Good job. Looks like she got it. Okay. Up next is Shauna Allen. Now on the third attempt, you see he's brushing the bar off there, and Alex is giving him directions. Third attempts on the deadlift, they are to at least wipe off the bar with a rag every attempt. They don't have to do that brush like you just saw, but they do have to. The bar does have to be cleaned down. One of the reasons is people will put baby powder on their legs to help the bar move up their legs better. Shauna did not get that lift, but she will be credited with 110 from her second, so she did a good job there. But baby powder helps the bar move up the leg easier, but baby powder is slick, and it can get on the bar. So they want to make sure that people get a good grip on that bar. So that is a reason why the bar is cleaned between every attempt. And someone's third deadlift is their last chance to win their division. Bars loaded for Amanda Stevena. I'm sorry, I'm never going to say that right. Her goal this meet is to PR all her lifts, which I think she's done. And she gets that up. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift, I believe. So good lift for Amanda. And next up is Amanda Fielder. Amanda Fielder trains at Mesa Fitness in Grand Junction. And her goal is to PR all of her lifts as well. And if her best deadlift is 125 kilos, and she's going for 130. So let's see if she gets this. She did get 122 and a half, so this 130 will cap off a pretty good day for her. And we'll keep her in second place in women's rope in a 57 weight class. Oh, she's shaking, but she got it up. I didn't see any downward movement on that bar. Let's see what the coaches say. The judges say, sorry. Looked like a good lift to me. Yeah, good lift. Good job. She got a PR. And she should get second place in her weight class. Don't quote me on that. The next up is Melissa Liskowski. And Melissa is attempting 132 and a half. She got 122 and a half on her second. And she's gone up 10 kilos, about a 22 kilo jump. That's going to be a tough one for her. She didn't get that one, but she had a good day today. Good job, Melissa. All right, our next lifter is Gloria Ugass. She's attempting 135. She went up 5 kilos from her second attempt. Her coach is Cherise Cook out of Lux Strength in Denver. And her goal for today was to go 9 for 9, which unfortunately she didn't hit that goal, but she still did really well. And it does appear that she has beat her personal best on her deadlift. And this will just be icing on the cake if she can get this one. Oh, she's trying. No, wasn't going to get that one. But good day for her. Okay, our last deadlift of the morning, Char Charsurio. Charisse is attempting 7.5 kilos over her meet personal best. Charisse has had a really good day. If Charisse makes this, she will be 9 for 9. And she will win her division. That's right, she goes by Char. Sorry, she did tell me that. Char might be one of the few that have gone 9 for 9 if she gets this. Maybe the only one. Come on, Char, get it up, come on. She's working really hard. She's trying, oh, bummer. She really almost had that. Well, it was excellent effort there, excellent effort. That concludes our programming for the morning session. Oh, no, there's Flight B. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get fired here, but we have Flight B. That concludes the deadlifts for Flight A. We have Flight B. I'm so sorry. I completely almost just discounted 5 more lifters. And we are going to start with Liliana Brenner. Liliana is going to attempt 85 kilos, which is just under 188 pounds. Okay, looks like she got that up fairly easily. Liliana is on the board. Up next is Addie Gibson. Addie's best deadlift is 121, and she's opening up at 115. She's giving herself a little bit of room there. And it looks like it's for an American record.
All right, hey, everybody, I will fill in for Kristen. We have Hannah on deck. Hannah trying to deadlift 253 pounds for her first. She is successful. Great job, Hannah. You are watching Revenge of the Kilo Monster, brought to you by DC Blocks. The one with the most power wins. Now we have our American record attempt again. Let's go, Drew. Again, he's one of these, she's one of the youth lifters, sorry, apologize for that, who every time they touch a barbell, they usually end up breaking their own record. So Let's hope this one works. Let's go, Drew. We're pulling for you. Bar is loaded. Conventional style deadlift, mixed grip. Rolls it in, and I'm going to say that that's good. I'm going to say that that is a brand new youth American record set here live at Revenge of the Kilo Monster. Here we have Sarah, again, one of our teen lifters. So between 14 and 15 at a 57 kilogram weight class with a opening deadlift of 145 kilograms, 319.67 pounds.
And I'm back. It's Kristen Taryn. And Sarah would have gotten an American record on that. Unfortunately, she didn't make a squat. So she will come back and get that American record at her next meet. Up next is I think we're going to have a minute break, because that was the flight. And then because it's less than 6 lifters, we had a minute. So we add the minute, which the side ref just reminded our MC of. The rule is if there are less than 6 lifters in a flight, you add a minute for each lifter you're down. So for 5, you add a minute. For 4, you add 2. For 3, you add 3. We could have had one flight this morning. You can't have more than 14 lifters in a flight. 2 lifters didn't show up, but the meet directors can't know that in the beginning. They have to do their flights based on the people who register. And 2 people didn't show up today, so we have 2 smaller flights. In case anybody's wondering why one flight wasn't done, that's why. Okay, Liliana Brenner is attempting 90 kilos. Liliana is a conventional stance lifter, and she's trying hard. Oh! Looks like she got that. She definitely tried hard. And I think it's a good lift. The lights are not working right now. Yep, good lift for Liliana. Next up is Addie Gibson. All these lifters who are lifting right now, I think most of them anyway, are, no, this is, Addie I think is the only one who's not. Addie is wants to give a shout out to her mom, her dad, brother, sister-in-law, and her coach Amanda. She works for DoorDash, but she's also trying to get her CPT. And she's had a pretty good day so far. She's attempting 122 and a half. Addie has a sumo stance, which is a wider stance. Pushed her hips through that. That was a really good lift. That looked good to me. Yep, good lift for Addie. Now, these other lifters who are in this flight are all from Colorado Springs. They're all part of a group that were swimmers. And when the pool shut down with COVID, they needed something to do. So they started powerlifting. And some of the parents have become coaches, and they're doing a really good job. Some of these lifters are getting national records right now, so they're doing a really good job. Next up is Hannah Duncan, who I think actually all right, Drew is attempting 125 kilos, and she is starting her lift. Oh, she's trying. Oh! We'll see what the judges say on that. I don't know if she totally locked out. We've got one red, and it's good lift. She got it. I think I need to go up for an American record. I will see you guys in a little bit. I'm coming.
When this is done, I'm probably going to run home, see the kids, and I'm going to come back at like 3:30 to kind of get this set up for the next.
So I am back. I think on that last lift with Drew, let's see how Sarah does. Oh, come on, Sarah. There, she locked it out. Let's see if she gets it. That was a good job. On that last lift with Drew, I think the side ref might have called the red because it looked like she used her legs to assist in the lift. I don't think she did. I think the bar was just really close on her thigh. But you cannot use your legs to help and aid in the lift. I'm hearing awes. I wonder if she didn't get that lift. Yeah, they didn't give her that lift. I don't know why. So our next lifter is, I think we're starting on third attempts now. Third attempts. Liliana Brenner is up after our minute break. She's going to attempt 95. And again, we add a minute onto the end of a flight if there's less than 6 lifters. That gives the lifters an opportunity to rest for their next attempt. You will also see that these third attempts, the bar will be cleaned in between every attempt. Oftentimes, lifters will put baby powder on their legs, although I don't know that I've seen a lot here today. But lifters will put baby powder on their legs to help aid the bar up because If you have not noticed, some lifters will put the bar really close to their legs and kind of slide it up. The baby powder helps that. But the baby powder gets on the bar and it's slippery. So we want to make sure that the lifters are able to get the best grip that they can possibly have. All right, Liliana Brenner for her final lift of the day, 95 kilos. Nope, she's not going to get that. She's sure fighting it, though. Boy, she sure tried. That was a good effort there. All right, up next is Addie Gibson. Addie's quite an inspiration. She was born with a misshaped skull, and it's impacted her brainstem, and she finds that powerlifting helps with her daily life. Her coach is Amanda Pirro, who's done a great job. And she wants to give a shout out to her mom and dad, brothers and sister-in-law, and her coach. She says, thank you guys for the continuous love and support you've given me through this journey. I wouldn't be here without you guys. She's been powerlifting for about 1.5 years. And she's going to break her own personal record here. Her personal record is 121 kilos in the deadlift. She got 122.5 in her second. And oh, wow, that went up easy. Yep, she's definitely got more in the tank. She can get more out of that. That was a good lift. Okay, next up is Hannah Duncan. Hannah's had a pretty good day today. She is attempting 132.5. And that's way past her competition personal best, so she's definitely hitting some good numbers here today. Hannah's going for 292 pounds. Oh, she's trying. She's trying. No, she'll get it next time, though. She's just got to make a few corrections, and I think she's going to get that. Okay. I think I'm on Drew, so I got to run up to the front. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, Drew did not make that third deadlift, but she's had a really good day. She hit a couple American records. I think by virtue of changing the weight classes, they added a weight class and changed some weight classes around in the women. All right, Sarah's also getting an unofficial American record because she did not make a squat, but still a good day. Oh, she's on, oh, wow. Oh, she's trying so hard. Wow, she's gonna get that. She will get that on her next competition. Okay, now we are done for the morning session. Some good lifting today. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening to me and watching today. Thanks to our sponsors, DC Blocks, USA Powerlifting, the Lodo CrossFit Gym where we are today. Thanks to Rachel and Jason for putting this meet on. We have some meets coming up in June. Let's see. I know we've got one in June, the Colorado State Championships. Please look at the USAPL website and go to the calendar. You will find what competitions are coming up. We would love to have anybody join us that wants to get started, is a veteran lifter. Everybody's welcome. So I will sign off for the morning, and we will talk to you this afternoon.